Our next story is about a young woman who always tries her best whenever she's on a rugby field. For those of you who don't know the sport, a try is like a touchdown in football. And try as they may, few can upstage Magali Harvey, as our George Athens explains in a report produced by our Kelly Gregg.
Well, hang on to something solid, because this is going to be quite a ride.
Catching up with Canadian rugby star Magali Harvey is no easy feat. At 24, she is a finalist for the soon-to-be-announced 2014 Try of the Year for this 87-yard run at the World Cup.
What a fantastic try!
Honestly, I was thinking run and don't stop. I didn't really think that much. I could hear the crowd going crazy, and yeah, I knew my teammates were right behind me, and I just kept going. I actually have specific speed trainings, which consists of like being stronger, having the right technique, and being as lean as you can be, because fat doesn't fly. From 2011, when I first started, to now, my speed has increased so much.
At 5'6", 140 pounds, Harvey isn't what you'd expect from a world-class rugby player. Size isn't everything in this sport, though. It's a combination of athleticism, intelligence, and technique. Harvey's strategy emphasizes speed over stature. And it's not only on the field where she defies expectations.
Well, the best example I can give you is that when I introduce myself and I say, hey, I'm a rugby player, people are taken aback and look at me up and down. I'm 5'6", I'm not the biggest player out there. And one of the stereotypes is that they have this perspective of a very big woman. So this one for sure. This is gonna sound really girly. I like to straighten my hair. And yeah. I straighten my hair and I make it look really straight. I hairspray it so that it stays put, and then you hope it doesn't rain. That's my superstition. Oh.
Harvey rose from rookie to superstar in only 7 years. She had never even heard of the sport before playing in her senior year at high school in Quebec City. As many new players know, the learning curve can be a painful experience.
I remember I was great at avoiding tackle, but tackling myself was very scary for me. So my first practice, I ended up with a bloody nose, and I wasn't quite sure how to tackle or if I wanted to carry on. And then 3 days later, I had my first game, and that's when I fell in love with rugby.
Here in Quebec, the sport has grown from 4,000 to 5,000 players in the last 2 years. The Canadian squad is known as a powerhouse, and are now second only to England on the world stage.
I hope that it keeps growing slowly. Rugby starts being part of the Canadian culture. Yeah, I don't expect it to be as intense as hockey, but definitely people being aware of the rules, understanding how the game is played.
Harvey is key in building that culture. She is now the poster woman for the sport in Canada, and with good reason. She was named International Women's Player of the Year, came second in scoring at the World Cup, racking up 61 points in 5 games. There is still room on the mantelpiece for one more accolade, though. She is the only Canadian and only female player nominated for Try of the Year.
They're usually quite impressed, and it's really cool to have people, I wouldn't say idolize you, but recognize that you do put work in, that you do play hard. It's always a feel-good feeling.
Now Harvey and Team Canada look towards this year's Pan Am Games and the sport's return to the Olympics in 2016. Catching her might be even more difficult, though, as she continues to chase down excellence. But it's clear she has no intention of slowing down.
And the broad smile in the face of Magali Harvey says it all.